5 Northeast Radio SD News for Monday, May 11th, 2026. Your news this hour is brought to you by Haler Automotive in Webster, South Dakota. Cruise through brand new, certified used, and premium classic vehicles online at halerauto.com. World-class service, hometown friendliness. South Dakota electricity customers will see a smaller rate hike than Xcel Energy originally requested. The Public Utilities Commission approved a $25.6 million increase, about 9.5%, far below the company's initial 16% proposal. New rate hikes take effect July 1st because Xcel has been charging higher interim rates since January. Roughly 107,000 customers will receive refunds on their August and September bills, averaging about $43. PUC leaders said the case was thoroughly vetted, resulting in millions being cut from Xcel's request. Xcel cited infrastructure upgrades and inflation as reasons for the increase. The settlement also includes a rate moratorium preventing any new base rate hikes until 2029. The Watertown Arrows finished their regular season with a dominant doubleheader sweep of Sioux Falls, Washington. In Game 1, Ashton Raybine threw a one-hit shutout. As Watertown rolled 15-0 in 4 innings, Carter Bisker and Jackson Falick each drove in 3. Game 2 was a battle, ending with Cooper Heiser's walk-off sacrifice fly for a 9-8 win. Jonathan Lake led the offense with 3 hits, and Bisker earned the win in relief. Watertown now prepares for the high school super regionals on May 15th and 16th. The South Dakota Game Fish and Parks Commission has approved major changes to the 2026 deer season. All archery and muzzleloader any deer tags will convert to any buck licenses to reduce antlerless harvest pressure. GFP also cut 700 East River Farm firearm tags across 12 units and another 700 West River tags in 3 units, targeting areas showing population stress. Full allocation tables will be released later this spring. Hunters are encouraged to review updated rules at gfp.sd.gov. Watertown Fire Rescue responded Saturday morning to a T-bone crash at 176th Street and 458th Avenue. 2 pickup trucks collided, leaving both occupants of one vehicle temporarily trapped. Crews arrived at 11:15 a.m., assisted the patients, and transported both to Prairie Lakes Hospital. The crash caused significant damage to both vehicles. The Cottington County Sheriff's Office, Highway Patrol, and Performance Towing assisted at the scene. Republican candidates from Districts 4 and 5 squared off in a lengthy primary forum at the Goss Opera House, debating abortion, taxes, teacher pay, and the role of state government. District 4 House candidates clashed over legislative effectiveness in the controversial House Bill 1212 abortion bill. Senate candidates debated local control and support for elderly. In District 5, Senator Glenville Hauer and Representative Josephine Garcia sparred over affordability, medical freedom, and property tax reform. The forum highlighted sharp ideological divides ahead of the June 2nd primary. The Brookings County Sheriff's Office is investigating a threatening anonymous email sent to a Sioux Valley school staff member on May 4th. The message, sent from a Google account created in April in the Nashville area, included a vague threat referencing May 7th. Investigators determined that there was no credible danger, but law enforcement increased its presence at the school out of caution. The case remains under investigation. A juvenile driver escaped injury Friday morning after their vehicle caught fire 2 miles south of Hamlin School. The driver pulled over after noticing a problem, and the vehicle's lower portion ignited, spreading to nearby grass. Lake Norden Fire and the Hamlin County Sheriff's Office responded. closing County Road 446 for about 20 minutes while crews extinguished the fire. The cause remains under investigation. The Rodin for Governor campaign is demanding South Dakota broadcasters pull a political ad from the Rushmore Principles PAC, calling it, quote, false and misleading, end quote. The campaign claims that the campaign's claims that Governor Larry Rodin raised the gas tax and concealed carry fees are untrue, noting that the gas tax hikes occurred when he wasn't in office and that permanent fees were eliminated in 2022. Campaign manager Ian Fury says Rodin has a record of cutting taxes and warns that the campaign will pursue further action if the ad isn't removed. The South Dakota Fraternal Order of Police has endorsed Congressman Dusty Johnson in the 2026 governor's race. The FOP cited Johnson's support for local government and his push to reform what it calls the state's, quote, broken parole system, end quote. Johnson said the endorsement underscores the need for stronger offender accountability and improvements to probation and parole. The FOP represents more than 1,400 officers statewide. 19-year-old Madison Grimm of Wallace has been named the South Dakota Wildlife Federation's Youth Conservationist of the Year. Grimm championed House Bill 1265, allowing salvage permit holders to collect eggs from damaged nests. Though through her nonprofit Second Chance Flight, she has rescued and raised about 200 waterfowl, with pheasant eggs now included in her permit. Grimm is also a 3-time National Junior Duck Stamp winner. Additional conservation awards were presented to legislators and longtime volunteer Charlie Rokusek. Former State Senator Neil Tapio is running for the South Dakota House of Representatives, seeking a Watertown area seat. Tapio highlighted his business background, including being named Watertown's 2021 Businessman of the Year, and says he'll focus on housing, transparency, property taxes, and healthcare costs. He plans to expand outreach this cycle and meet with residents across the district. Tapio joins a 3-way general election race for 2 House seats this November. Visit Watertown celebrated the opening of its new headquarters this last Thursday with a ribbon cutting and open house during National Travel and Tourism Week. The event also featured the 2026 Tourism Awards, honoring standout local businesses and attractions. Winners included House of Dreams and Decorating, Oh Baby O's, Winter Wonderland, Hampton Inn and Suites, Joy Ranch, and Julie Ranum. Visit Watertown says tourism continues to drive economic growth heading into the summer season. Well, your news this hour was brought to you by Haler Automotive in Webster, South Dakota. Cruise through brand new, certified used, and premium classic vehicles online at HalerAuto.com. World-class service, hometown friendliness. Read more full in-depth stories online at northeastradiosd.com. Check out the daily news recap podcast and live interview uploads. And don't forget to sign up for our newsletter delivered straight to your inbox every morning at 6 a.m. And with today's local and state news from Northeast Radio SD studios in Watertown, South Dakota, I'm Steve Jurens.